The Wiener Holocaust Library was really keen to do this exhibition for a number of reasons. We wanted to showcase our unique collections of material about interwar fascism. This exhibition contains a wide range of documents, pamphlets, photographs, newspapers, journals and other items from fascist movements across Europe on show for the first time.
This project emerges out of a research project funded by the Arts and Humanities Research Council, where we pulled together 17 different scholars from all over the world, and each of us is a specialist on different fascist movements in different countries. So rather than one person trying to get their head around all of Europe, we've got lots of different people bringing new sources that have never appeared before in English. The exhibition really is about why someone would join a movement and what it was like to be part of a fascist movement. Sometimes these are illegal movements, sometimes they're very popular, very legal. We're looking at how fascist movements begin, how they gain their first members, how they gain other supporters, and how the supporters help those members to get more votes, how they become more and more popular, eventually come to power.
So the exhibition explores a whole range of themes. One of the crucial ones, which is really central to fascist movements, is that of violence. Now, fascists were violent. That goes to the fundamental core of these movements. There were a number of reasons why fascists, I suppose, dealt in violence. Part of this is that it stemmed from the First World War. We have ex-war veterans, perhaps brutalised, who were in these movements.
One of the themes of the exhibition is about how some fascist movements fought election campaigns, even though fascists were against democracy and against parliament. Poor performances in elections sometimes led to fascist movements losing support, for example in Belgium and in Ireland. In Germany, the Nazi Party manipulated democracy to first gain a foothold in the German parliament, the Reichstag, and then to become the largest party in the Reichstag. Eventually, the Nazis were appointed to power and moved to end the remaining vestiges of democracy in Germany.
Another big theme that we have in the exhibition is to do with visual imagery, parades, spectacles. Now, central to fascist movements was this idea of the kind of big spectacular that they tried to put on. It was a way for them to project their power, to try and dominate space, but also for them to perform their ideology and bring it to a wider audience.
Fascists cultivated sporting clubs and sporting groups frequently. In Germany and Austria, this was gymnastics clubs. In Britain, they were into boxing. Sport is really important for fascists because it develops camaraderie and friendship bonds that when you play together as part of a team, you form together with other people, and that then translates into activism and to political propaganda.
We borrowed some really interesting items from the Searchlight collection in Northampton, and these include some British Union of Fascist printing blocks which show anti-Semitic images that the organisation printed onto pamphlets and leaflets and other materials in the 1930s.
There were various targets with the fascist movements. They sometimes targeted their political opponents. They sometimes fought other fascist groups for supremacy. The fascist movements also targeted Jews in particular. Sometimes this was acts of vandalism, attacking synagogues with graffiti. Sometimes it was attacking cemeteries, pushing down headstones. That frequently happened. But in other instances, it was direct attacks on Jews with acts of violence.
We're also looking at the connection between fascism and genocide, the way that talking about anti-Semitism, talking about victimizing and bullying Jews over a long period of time leads to dehumanizing them, and the same people, in many cases, the same people that were involved in fascist movements were the ones that later picked up guns and committed mass murder during the Holocaust.
So the library felt it was really important to do this exhibition to highlight that fascist movements were found in interwar Europe, across Europe, and not just in countries like Germany and Italy.
We want to use our research into fascist movements to to help decrease the risk of radicalisation.